Should we pray?
Yeah.
Let's pray. Lord, thank you for this season of debriefing episodes, for this podcast and all the fun that we've had, all the people that we've met, the joy, the learning, all that stuff. God, I just pray for a good night tonight, good conversation. Let's glorify you. Thank you for this life that you've given us, all the fun, all the beauty. You're good. In Jesus' name, amen. Okay. Are you talking to your mic real quick?
Check.
All right, cool. Well, here we go. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Welcome back, Ghosties. It's episode 25 in the season 1 finale of Ghosties on Second. In case you haven't already heard, so we're taking a break, at least through the holiday season. So we're not going to be doing like the debrief episodes of the Monday and Wednesday Ghostrunners Pod episodes, but we will continue to do hanging with episodes. So we're still going to keep on interviewing, getting to know other Ghostrunners fans and all that good stuff. Yeah. So we're getting to know them. We're introducing them to the community so that everyone can like see a different side of these people that you sometimes see their profile picture and their name and their funny quips or their interesting comments or whatever it is. It's just really cool to like see and meet the people behind the Facebook group and Spotify comment section and all that good stuff. So anyway, I'm joined by my lovely wife, Shelby. And it's sad that we don't have Corey with us tonight, but we also, episode 1, it was just Shelby and I sitting on the couch in the garage with a black curtain up behind us that was all wrinkly and it sounded terrible. We were just using the microphone from the camera. Like it was just beginnings,
Look at how it's grown in just one season.
Yeah, it's fun.
Season that we've defined by our own terms.
Yeah, we definitely. Season 1, I know it's goofy, it's silly, make fun of it, have at it. The session 2 chat can roast it all at once. Inside jokes. Sorry. Anyway, we're going to have fun. Tonight we're debriefing episodes 476, which is How to Give a Maid of Honor Speech, and episode 477, Rosie the Barista.
Yeah.
Off the bat, I wanted to say, I noticed this week how long the guy's headphone cables are. Like at some point, Brad had to do something and he was moving the headphone. I just realized like how long that headphone cable is. Like ours are pretty long, but I still have to use like these gray extenders. And I feel like, I wonder if they use extenders or if they're like legit that long. Cause like they must be at least like 10-foot cables. Oh, just a little behind the scenes. Stupid.
These are things that I don't think about at all because I just come here and sit down while Caleb does all the work and runs around and hustles and bustles.
It's true. To like set this setup up. Set this setup up.
Yeah,
yep. Anyway,
set the up.
When I visited them and I was in the studio and we were recording for that 1 week that I was on, I remember just like it was so just amazing being in that room. So fun, like crazy to see like how tiny of a room it is and just like everything that's going on in there and just looking at like the whole setup of all the cables going everywhere and all that stuff. That was so much fun. So we have like a very simple little setup, but it's like we got our microphones, we got our headphones. And I used to like plug into the MacBook and I used to record through GarageBand, the audio. But one thing that I picked up when I was there, I noticed that what they do is they just have a hard drive, maybe? I don't know, like a storage puck or whatever. And they plug that straight into the Rodecaster. And they just hit record and it just directly dumps it all into there. So you don't have to use your computer at all to record it. Just like puts a data file and it records every input separately and all of them together. So it just gives you everything that you need. So you're looking at me like...
This is interesting for somebody.
Yeah, no, it's really fun.
It's all Greek to me.
Anyway, it was just one little thing that I picked up from like their process that I was like, you know what, I'm going to do that with our process. And it is just easier. Because also when you have too much going on the computer, like we were running this and like we were also doing like Riverside and like trying to record all of our guests and like plugged it into the HDMI to the wall so we could have a projection on the screen. Like there was so much going on. Mm-hmm. And it just, the more things going on, the more opportunities for things to mess up.
Mishaps. Yeah.
And one thing that we did tonight is, it's funny that I finally figured this out in the season 1 finale. I put a mirror. So we use my iPhone to record the video. And even though I put it on airplane mode, sometimes things happen. Like the storage runs out or for whatever reason, the video just stops, even if there's like 30 gigabytes left of storage. So there's been plenty of episodes that I'm sure you've been watching, and all of a sudden it just like cuts to a screen. The audio is still going because we record the audio through the Rodecaster, but the video will just cut and it's just like a screen with like a little hey, sorry, we messed up or whatever. Pardon our dust. Anyway, so I just put a little mirror behind the iPhone. So now like I can see the iPhone to see if it's still recording. Jake, at some point when we were there, I was explaining like how we do it, because they have real cameras on tripods and like they're all plugged in, everything's going. And at some point he was like, yeah, I mean, how far out of your way do you got to go to just not use a real camera? Because I was explaining, yeah, you can actually get these things now that'll attach. It's like a screen that attaches to the back of your phone, like MagSafe, and it's a screen showing what's in the front of your phone. So you can you could have it on a tripod and see the front of, you know what I'm saying? So it's essentially doing what it's doing with the mirror, but it's like a cool technology thing.
Yeah. Oh, that's really cool.
And when I wasn't like interested in getting one, but I was just talking about how cool that technology is.
Yeah.
And that's when he was like, at what point do you just like get a camera?
Maybe at the point that we actually start making some money or something. I don't
know. But I think that was his point, is if you're going to get one of those screens, it's probably as much for that screen as it would be to just get like a $500 camera or something.
Right. Unless there's some other reason that you're particularly using your phone. Like seems.
And actually we do have a DSLR camera. I think that's what it's called, like a Rebel TI3 from back in the day, but it's just like not in the best condition and stuff. So I've never wanted to use that. I also don't want to worry about like charging the batteries and all that stuff. The iPhone, it's got a great battery. It's got a good camera, blah, blah, blah. All right. And here we are 10 minutes into the episode. I'm just kidding. We're like 6 minutes in. So here we go. Off the dome. If Jake went missing game.
And that was funny.
Yeah, that was really fun.
I was so I almost like texted you to ask you, but sometimes I have to stop myself. Like, Caleb's working right now, so I'm not going to ask him a dumb question. But
you should have. That would have been a fun little break.
I know. I was just curious, like, hey, what actually would you do? But I think I would be like, I'm not into the like, the cute little answer, because like, I'm like, no, I want to actually know. Like, what would you do? Like, if I went missing?
Well, that's what Jake did.
I literally had the thought tonight. I was not even thinking about this episode, totally separately. Just like when I was getting into the elevator at your parents' apartment, leaving the kids, I was like, I wonder how long, like if something happened in this elevator, because the elevator broke like a week ago or so. And I was like, I wonder if something happened in this elevator, like how long it would take Caleb to figure out that I needed help. And like, what if like my service wasn't working or something, because like being in the elevator or,
Yeah.
And I just had that thought. So anyway, I'm just curious to know. Like I
would probably say
I have all faith in Caleb that he figures things out. He's like the most resourceful person that I know. So
thank you.
Yeah.
I would say 20 minutes. If it had been 20 minutes from you dropping me off to get set up while you drop the kids off and haven't come back yet, I'd probably be like, where is she?
Yeah.
And then probably after thinking, where is she? 10 more minutes, I would reach out to my parents and be like, oh no, she left already. And then, or maybe before that even, I would just popped up the find my iPhone thing and figured it out from there. And if it was still showed up to parents, I'd be like, man, what's going on? Maybe walk over there or something. I don't know. I know it's kind of a lame, but
I mean, hey, but like if in a different context, if I just went missing, like
and there's
where are you looking for me? Yeah.
Yeah. Where am I looking for you? Probably go to Starbucks first. Just kidding. I don't know. Good question. I mean,
I never go to Starbucks. I like run. I drive through it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good point.
Is that like you
delights
go to where you go to like
ice cream
places
shop
that I'd be driving the kids, like see if I'm on the side of the road somewhere or something like that? Because here's the problem with you is randomly you will be somewhere that I never would have thought of because you're driving to go pick something up that you're buying from somewhere. It's like an hour and a half away. And I'm like,
not an hour and a half away. That's
in the middle of the day. No, but like randomly you'll be like, and I just won't know. Or you'll be like, oh yeah, I'm at this like conference thing for work. I'm like, what? When?
Well, it's a luncheon in Tampa. So, and you know what though? It's like, this is why I have to keep a calendar at work. Like I have it on I have a calendar on my wall. I have a calendar on the computer. I have reminders on my phone because I have so much going on that I am forgetful. Right. So it's not even like because that would be.
It's not like you're purposely not telling me or something like that. Like cool I know.
Oh, hey, tomorrow I'm going to a cool luncheon in Tampa or this fancy hotel meeting or whatever.
Yeah.
But sometimes I don't remember until it's like I get to work and I'm like, oh, in a couple hours I got to get ready to go. Or something like that.
No, and I'll hear so many. This is always a running thing between us two. It's like I will hear grand information like coming as he's telling someone else, like, oh, this crazy thing happened at work the other day, and I'm like, you didn't mention that when you got home? Like that would be like the first thing I'd say when you walk through the door. Anyway, we've talked about that before though.
Yeah. It's like that you want to disconnect. you just want to like be home, you know, or like as the drive home, it's a little bit like Severance where you're kind of like on the, but it's like on the drive home, sometimes you just kind of like transition into like, okay. Or the opposite way where you carry it home, you carry like stress or problems home with you and you're like, oh, and you're like venting about it. And then it's just kind of like, it's now tainted the peaceful place or like the family place. So it's,
and you're the adapter, like where I'm not so much. That's not my strength, my area of strength. And I have to guard myself to not like dump everything, but you're like, you adjust to where you are. Right. Yeah. So yeah.
True.
It's interesting.
All right. So anyway, it's a cool game. We should later off the pod. We should like talk about some more like, potential
like
things.
Actually figure out plans of if something ever happened.
Yeah. I feel like this game is more fun. It's kind of like Seinfeld. I was watching Seinfeld last night and there's this whole episode. I don't want to get into it, but it's just like there's so many of these old 90s shows that like the whole episode, the hijinks of it could all be solved with a cell phone.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
And they keep like missing each other.
Which is why it's so much harder. Like you notice in like newer shows where they have to create reasons that the phone isn't working or that it's dead or something like that, because it's just like this stuff doesn't happen anymore. Like it almost never happens.
Right.
You know, and it's like even if something happens to your cell phone, I mean, it is tough, like in our more awkward generation probably, to go and ask someone to borrow their cell phone, but it's like a lot of it can be solved by that.
That's
like,
true.
Unless you don't know anybody's phone number. I don't know. I only know a couple of phone numbers.
I guess you're right. I still know all my family, like my parents. I know Andrew. I don't know my other brother's phone numbers though.
I don't think I know my parents' phone numbers anymore. I know my grandma Barbara's phone number because it's been the same forever. Yeah. And I know yours. And that might be it.
Wow. Oh my gosh. All right, we're gonna talk more about this later. All right, so then they do a quick but great roast of Timon oversleeping and leaving for Ohio the next week. That was really funny.
Yeah, if you weren't paying close attention, you could have missed it.
Yeah. Rachel asked that of Jake, and Jake said that Rachel said that he had such an autistic answer.
Oh yeah, he was being like so serious about it. Like, I would want you to be serious about it. But that's funny.
Yeah.
Because of the trend, I guess. It's
right.
Like,
and then they talked about like if she went missing and stuff. And then it talked about like somehow they were transitioning to the janitor. Like it could have been the janitor from high school. And then Jake said something like, "You've got a body janitor's love." Also, at some point they transitioned into talking about like hide and go seek in the mall.
Oh, man.
And it just reminded me of Paul Blart.
Oh.
It was just making me think of Paul Blart Mall Cop.
It was making me think for our senior skip day, we did a scavenger hunt in the mall. But it was like really awkward. It was like, I'm so bad at doing things where people get annoyed with you. Like I could have been the fun kid where it was like, you just have fun, you get in a little bit of trouble. And it's like those movies where the kids are getting in a little bit of trouble and the security guard's all angry at them. I'm like, somebody's annoyed at me. Oh God. Like I hated that. So I was like ready to quit after one person was like, "You are not allowed to take pictures in here." I was like, "Okay, bye." Yeah.
Sheesh. Oh my gosh, you know what I totally forgot about? Rolling the music.
Oh, hey.
So hey, welcome back. It's episode 25. Roll the music.
Longest intro ever.
Ghosties on second.
Okay, here we go. So yeah, it's funny when we talked about senior skip day. I totally forgot that you even did that. Because during your senior skip day, I think I was in Tallahassee at that point.
Yeah.
So we were probably like texting maybe or something.
Maybe something like
crazy. All right, hide and go seek in the mall, and then would you ever go mannequin route? Brad said
it doesn't actually work. It doesn't work.
Could you really be that still and look that much
but
like
that did make me think of Paul Blart because when his legs are sticking out in like in the athletic store.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh my gosh, he really does fit right in there. That was so funny. Some legs could work as a mannequin thing.
Kevin James is so funny.
Yeah.
He's
I love
really
Kevin
funny.
James.
I saw like a passing thing about do you remember like during 2020, 2021, he had a movie come out. Maybe it was before that, actually. Maybe I'm way off on this. But remember he had a movie come out where he was like international assassin or something. Was that a good movie?
That was funny.
I
remember it being funny. We only saw it that one time, I think. We watched it.
We should rewatch that because I can't remember a single thing about it. And I think that I fell asleep or something. It was probably one of those nights I came home super late from work. It's like midnight. We turn it on and I fall asleep on the couch. I hate those things.
One of our favorite, I think maybe we've mentioned it on the pod before, that one of our favorite movies as a family is Home Team, and we watch it.
Oh, yeah.
Like we rewatch it regularly because the kids all love it. It's great.
Oh, yeah. If you haven't seen it, it's on Netflix. Home Team.
Super funny.
Really funny. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's pretty clean.
Mostly clean.
Yeah. We let all of our kids
depending on
watch
how,
it, so.
yeah. We're not
Take that
the most
as you
careful,
will.
but also,
And they talked about their trip to Vail. Did you see any of the pictures by any chance on Instagram or anything?
No, I didn't.
It's just so beautiful.
I might have quickly. Sorry.
Like, it's just like golden leaves and like yellows and greens and reds. I know, it made me like really want to experience some of that fall weather.
I know. My cousins are all up in Georgia right now at my aunt's for Sukkot.
Oh, that's this week.
Sukkot, is that how they say that? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so weird. Like, sorry, this is random, but my best friend married my cousin, and now she does more stuff with their family because she's married into like their family. So sometimes I'm like, I feel on the outside, but it's great. I love that she's, that's her family now. Yeah. So it's great.
And we have family coming into town this weekend. So
yep, cousins.
I was gonna say what goes around comes around, but that's not the phrase. It's just like there's so much going on.
You married into this family, and you're like you're closer to a lot of them than I am. So crazy
because there's a lot of
my
dudes.
Cousins. Yeah. But also just you're you.
You're you.
You're you.
Oh man, huge shout out. I know we have a small audience, so it doesn't really matter. I don't think he'll mind saying this. Timon, the man.
Yeah.
I reached out to Timon, got to know him a little bit in Gulf Shores, which he was just such a great guy. And I just reached out to him because it was Justice's birthday. Justice turned 12 this past week, the big 1-2. And
we have a freaking 12-year-old.
I know, it's crazy. I feel too young to have a 12-year-old. I don't know. Although there's somebody recently I found out that they got pregnant at 16, like a guy who became a dad at 16. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And like, so now he's my age, but has kids that are like about to graduate high school or something. Not graduate, but like ridiculous. Like that's crazy.
It's like a Lorelai thing.
Yeah. It's like, we're young, but we're not that young.
We're not that young. Yeah. I'm like one of the younger moms, I guess, but of my circle.
Nice. That's true. Yeah, you're right. Actually, yeah.
Of the older kids.
Yeah, in the homeschool community, when we have like Justice's friends, usually Justice's friends' parents are a little bit older than us.
Yeah,
like by 5 to 10 years.
Yeah, probably. But I feel like we always kind of went more into that old. I don't know, like people older than us anyway. I guess.
But back to Timon being awesome.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, me too. I fell off the wagon there. Yeah, so reach out to Timon, ask him if he'd like just do a quick. I was thinking like 15-second, like, hey, happy birthday, Justice. You're the man. Have a great day. Something super simple. He sent like this awesome video where he was hilarious and he was talking about different things and making jokes and like getting into character. It was awesome. So
it was super sweet.
Yeah.
It was so sweet.
Huge shout out to Timon Imsh, the man. Timon Letterboxd Imsh. By the way, Letterboxd is, you know what that is, right? The website / app. It's like movie reviews. It's all it is movie reviews. You make a profile, you just search for movies, and then you can review them. You give them up, out of 5 stars, and then you have
to do that.
Yeah, you'd be great at it. And then you have like a paragraph underneath it. So he does them I don't follow it very much because there's just so much to follow. But I get like a once a week recap email, and it'll kind of highlight different people that I follow, some of their reviews. So I'll see occasional things. And I got one of them. Timon's friend Zach, who he was up in Ohio with, reviewed the movie Argyle.
Oh,
which we had so much fun.
We loved that movie.
It was so much. It was bizarre and creative.
I had never seen anything about it going in, which was wonderful. Same. Because I was like, oh, this is gonna do this and this, like all the movies like this do, and then it like went, and I was like, what? And then it did it again later, and I was like, what? So
it's like both
it was a lot of fun,
whimsical and action packed.
Yeah.
Funny and dramatic and like heartwarming. It just had, for me, it was just like a really great blockbuster, like a really fun summer movie.
It was.
And Zach like crapped on it. Like he gave it like a half of a star, and he was like, this is a steaming pile of dog poop or something like that. And I was just like, what? Like,
well, sometimes maybe if you're expecting a certain thing, I think that's part of it.
Well, no, what I found is because one of his buddies, I commented on it. I was like, I'm genuinely surprised. I loved this movie. I thought it was so much fun.
Yeah.
And then another one of his friends
howled, I think, watching that movie. Like we laughed so hard.
And there are just some moments. I don't want to spoil anything, but there are just some moments that like they do things that are just so shocking and unexpected creatively that are just like wild and just wild. And I think that's part of what's so fun about it. And maybe like the part in the movie where she's like ice skating on oil. Remember that part?
I don't even remember this movie that well because we only watched it the one time. But
uses knives.
Yeah.
On her feet. Or she puts knives into her boots like ice skates.
That's right.
And then she skates through oil because when she was younger, she was like a professional skater or something. Anyway, it's so out there, but so fun. Like it wasn't like they were trying to make it believable.
I think I told my sister, I was like, if you guys are looking for a fun movie to watch, just the two of you, like, I'm not going to tell you anything about this movie. Just, you're welcome.
Just have fun. I think that's the thing. If you go into that movie to like have fun, it is fun. Yeah. It's
There's a lot
unbelievable.
Of things that are hard for me to like put aside if I have preconceived ideas or I start judging it at a certain point. I know it stresses Caleb out, and I'm like, you see this and this, which they mentioned the paper, the show.
Yep.
And I had so many critiques about that show already. And I'm like, dang it. I mean, like, I want to like this, but like, I'm having a hard time liking the show.
I know. But for me, I love that main character.
I love him too.
Dominic Monaghan.
I have no complaints about him as a character. Yeah.
And I love that actor.
I just have a problem with the current culture of TV shows. It's hard for me to connect. Like, I keep going back and watching old shows. I keep going, like, I'll start shows that like, oh, I wanted to watch this when I was younger, but I was too young. You know, I'm going to watch this now. Like things that because I can't, it's hard for me to connect with like this version of like what people are supposed to be like nowadays. I'm like, is this what people are like out there or like what they want us to think they're like? It's really annoying.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it is very frustrating. It's like, are you representing society or are you trying to like mold society into what you want it to be? So you're saying that's what everyone's like, but not, all those frustrating things.
They're trying to convince everyone that it's like, by the way, a relationship where somebody actually cares about you, that's weird. Okay. He shouldn't care about you. You guys should like cross every boundary, but don't actually care about each other because that's weird. And the saddest person in the office is the only one who's married with a family. He's sad. That's sad. All of us here are fulfilled in this career at this weird, awkward, unsuccessful paper. That is a fulfilling life. This is a failing paper, but like we're all happier because we get to go home alone.
Nice
and
take.
He's sad.
Hot take, babe.
That's just, I'm like, are we all supposed to be buying this? I don't know. Okay. All right, sorry. Continue.
But you
digress.
see, for me, like I'm just taking it in as the comedy.
Yeah, Caleb's not thinking of all of those things.
For me, I'm just like, this
they're
is
being
funny.
silly
This
and
is
it's
funny.
funny.
This
And
is
I'm
funny.
just like,
This is funny.
Look at all the ideas that they're pushing here. Yeah. Sorry. I'm conditioned to think this way, to think critically.
It's true. It's true. Hey, that's what we need each other. All right. So they also, the word miscreant came up, and I thought that was really funny. Just that whole
It's just a good word.
Yeah, it is a good word. I haven't never used it
I need to use it more in my daily life. I feel like it could work.
I've never used it. Have you ever used it?
Yeah, I've used that word. Yeah. Miscreant.
Well, something that I could relate to. Oh, sorry.
With me.
Yeah. Brad can't relax if the house isn't clean. And this is a thing where Shelby is so sweet, like on special days where if it's like, I don't know, my birthday or like the holidays or something, she'll make sure that like when I walk through the door that the house is like pristine. And Jubilee, it's so funny. Jubilee, our 9-year-old, sometimes she's like in this amazing cleaning mood where she just wants to go and like set the pillows up nicely and light the candle and like all this stuff. And then other times you ask her to pick up one sock and it's just like, it's like, oh my gosh.
It's because she's got to be like in the mood. Like it's her plan and her agenda because once she gets on a track, it's like, this is what I'm doing. And we can't deviate from the track.
Ooh, yeah.
It's intense.
Oh,
but
she's intense.
Yeah, she is intense. It's wonderful. It's a wonderful thing.
But so yeah, I could totally relate. And I thought that was great that he had the weekend. He had the weekend to himself and he like organized his shop. Like, cause especially for me, I like tonight when I was when Shelby left to go pick up Justice from theater practice. She left me home with the girls. The 2 older ones were inside watching a TV show, and I had little Sunday out there with me, and she's just like playing in the driveway and picking up random things, and I'm cleaning up the garage and just like sweeping and like organizing, and just I love when the weather has a little bit of a cool breeze. It makes it so much easier to work on something outside.
Yeah. Florida fall. Just like the hope of a chill in the air. It's not even a chill. It's the
still
wish of a hope of a thought of a chill in the air. And it's like, it's coming.
But yeah, I could totally relate. Like that feeling of like you get it all done and then you can relax. Yeah.
It's hard. That's why I can't really do anything at home. If I have other things to do, it's really hard to accomplish anything like a project or anything like that because I can't unless I've cleaned first. So it's like, otherwise, like if I have to work on lesson planning or something like that, it's like, I got to get out of the house because otherwise I'm just going to be cleaning the whole time.
It is hard to, you're right.
Well, I got to say, Caleb gave me a day, like, and I thanked you. Like, I was like, seriously, this was the most beautiful day. Like, he took the kids to church, and not like he never gives me time without the kids. He will, but usually it's because I have to do something. But like, he took the kids to church and I stayed home, and like, not like to be a heathen. Like, I had my own prayer time. I know. I'm like, I had more time with the Lord than I do in church when I'm like, kids are crowding on me. Wonderful. No, like I had some quiet time. I leisurely cleaned the house. I had bread baking. I had candles lit like that evening. And it was like, oh my gosh, it just felt like the most luxurious day. And then some of the other tutors from our community came over, and it was like, it was just a beautiful day.
That was a good day. That's funny. I feel like that's like you connecting with the Lord like that. And where then you have like Brad sweaty with the sawdust and the free bird and the lightning, the thunder, and like connecting. It's like the man versus the woman, like connecting. Yeah. All right. Sorry. So just tell the pilot to come in from the west. This is Scott and Isaac texting with Jake. Jake's crazy trip.
That sounds so frustrating.
Oh, man. Especially
I cannot imagine
when they're like, you know what, we're gonna go for it. The pilot's like, we're gonna do this. They take off. They get there. They're like, it can't land. They have to turn around and go back. Like that is so
I mean, it is like great that like they're too young. Like, the only person that they are attached to is there with them, so they can. If you don't have,
like
to be
Rachel
anywhere,
said, it's like there are people who are probably trying to get to a funeral, to a wedding, to work.
Yeah,
like they're just with each other.
I know. I feel like I can't imagine being in a scenario where it's not like I'm rushing to get somewhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but maybe at some point in our lives, like we'll be there again, where it's like, hey, we could just enjoy the airport. Let's shop a little.
Being responsible for children is just, it's a game changer.
All consuming. Yeah, it's all consuming. It's the best thing ever, and crazy.
It is wonderful. It's a gift, but it's a gift
and
like it's
curse.
costly.
No, just kidding.
It's a costly gift. And then I like to have a little reference to Desert Storm. Like, is that what Desert Storm was? Because there's a storm in the desert. Jake says he's loose with who he shares his location with.
That is,
and I was just
interesting.
We were talking about this earlier. How does that come up? Like, what's going on to where, I don't get it. Like, how many people are you sharing your location with? He's proud of what he's
doing. Like, everybody check me out working out again. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. So yeah, anybody listening, if you are part of that culture where you like have a lot of friends that you like share your location with, but people can see where you're at any given moment, put in the comments, like explain it a little bit. Like what's the deal with sharing your location? Sorry. And then last note I had on this episode was The Incredibles. Where is my super suit? That was a bad impression. You do it. Where is my super suit? Yeah, I liked how they were talking about like just like random famous lines.
Tell me where that suit is, woman. Sorry.
Yeah.
I probably know like a lot of that movie by heart.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, that's such a great movie.
It's a great movie.
Especially being a superhero movie. And that was before Marvel had 20, superhero movies out. That was when there was still only a handful of like really great superhero things.
So great.
Yeah. I mean, I know that there was a ton of movies from before our time, but like of our time.
Yeah. Well, and we were a little older when that came out, right? We were like teenagers.
Yeah, probably middle of high school.
I think there was a point when I stopped enjoying, I wasn't like thrilled to go see the next cartoon movie that was coming out.
Oh yeah. For me, that was Cars actually.
Oh.
Cars was the first Pixar movie that I was kind of like, meh.
Yeah.
I loved Life is a Highway. I love that Rascal Flatts song.
Yeah,
that was good. And I think Cars is good, but it was the first one that I wasn't excited. Like I remember Finding Nemo, I was excited about.
I wasn't excited about Finding Nemo. I was like, nah. But my sister and I, that was the first time like Amber and I went and saw, my older sister and I went and saw Daddy Daycare while my mom took Lindsay in to see Finding Nemo.
Grandma Joe took us to see Daddy Daycare.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Maybe at the same time. No, I'm just kidding. But I was just going to say, like, I wasn't like into that. But
I can remember
my point was that I loved The Incredibles. Like, I wasn't psyched about Finding Nemo and some of the other movies that came out around that time. But like, Incredibles was like awesome.
When you went to go see it?
Yeah.
When your mom took Lindsay and you went and Amber, was it at nighttime?
I don't remember.
You don't remember if it was daytime or nighttime?
But we weren't at the AMC. That's where you went. We went to the mall, the Citrus Park Mall.
I don't know why, but I can remember the exact theater. Not like the look.
To see Daddy Daycare?
Yeah. Like
wow,
we were at Oldsmar AMC and you take a right when you walk in, you go down the right hallway and it's the second theater from the last on the left.
Wow.
Like, I don't know why I remember that. I can remember walking in and like, maybe it was because it was the only movie that my Grandma Joe had ever taken us to, like us brothers.
I was telling you a story the other day and I was like telling you this weird random detail and I was like, I have no idea why I remember this specifically, but like this is a significant moment for me.
Yeah, I can also remember an exact trailer that came on before that movie. Do you remember this movie called like Across the Universe or something?
No.
It was like I think it had something to do with like Beatles music or something. I don't know. But it was like a hippie movie or something. I'm forgetting, but I remember that. Oh,
maybe.
It was like rated R or something.
Yeah.
But,
okay.
And I was just thinking, I
remember that trailer actually. Now that you're saying that, that's interesting.
Why is this trailer on for this movie?
Yeah.
This family movie. I don't know. All right. Hey, cool.
Interesting.
Random, detailed memories from the past. So let's take this opportunity to throw it over to Dusty's Top 5. Take it away, Justice.
Dusty's Top 5.
Let's go.
What's up, guys, and welcome to another episode of Dusty's Top 5. Let's get into it. Number 5, we got the jingle. It was a pretty good jingle. Number 4, we got when Jake and the rest of the Friday guys were filming the video, and some other guys walked up to them and saw they weren't playing, and just a funny scenario to be in. Number 3, we got Brad's Maid of Honor speech that he did. It was so funny. Number 2, when Jake asked them, where would you find me if I'd just gone missing? And then they were talking about, kind of similar, about the mall and like a Mr. Beast video scenario, hide and seek in a mall for $1 million. And let me tell you, it's fun. I want to do it so bad. Number 1, we got the trivia. I got a lot of them right because I'm smart. Well, that has been Dusty's Top 5. Bob and Matthew have probably stopped by now. I'll see you next time on Dusty's Top 5.
And we're back. Episode 477, Rosie the Barista. Man.
Wait, did we skip right over the Maid of Honor speeches?
Oh, we totally did. You want to talk about
that's
them?
Important.
Yeah, you're right.
No, we don't have to.
No, it's part of the episode title.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. You mention it.
I mean, not a whole lot. It was fun. Yeah, Timon did a great job, right?
You've done a Maid of Honor.
I've done a few. You've done a few best man speeches. We've been how many things have you been a?
I mean, I was a shared best man both times.
Okay.
I've never just been the best man.
I was
like one of the best men. There was 2. So one time it was for my brother Andrew. It was me and then his friend Kevin. We were both like best man. And then for Josh, it was his brother and me. So with Andrew, best man speech.
Famous best man speech. It was spectacular.
It didn't get recorded, which I'm so bummed about, but it was, I had the crowd roaring. I had moments.
It was a great
roaring
moment.
with laughter, sometimes roaring with cheers. Like it was great. I don't know. I know.
I can't believe that it didn't get recorded by anyone. I know.
It's crazy.
Like we looked around like, did somebody get that?
Yeah.
It was so great. It was like he did like a play on it's memorable. See, I even remember the speech. He did a play on like the roast, like boom, roasted.
I was heavily inspired by Andy Samberg.
Yeah.
When Andy Samberg did one of those like roasts of a popular actor or something, and he was in the Comedy Central roast, and it was like boom, roasted. But it was anti-roasts.
Yeah.
So you say something in the tone of your roasting, but the content was high praise.
Yeah. And he was like kind of putting himself down a little bit and just like totally boosting his brother, like the awesome stuff that he did. And he's like, boom, roast. It was great.
I still have that speech. I wrote it like front and back on a 5x7.
Mm-hmm.
And I still have it in like my little special things container thing.
Yeah. I was the, one of the like matron of honor for both my sisters. And then I was the maid of honor, I guess matron still, for Anita's wedding. I think that's it.
How did that speech go? I forget about that.
With Anita?
Yeah, I forget a lot of that wedding. It was just outdoors.
Very
and
hot.
It was hot and it was sweaty. I think I sweated
beautiful.
a lot of those memories out.
Yeah. I was like,
kidding.
we also
Love you guys.
had a newish baby.
That's
so
true.
Jubilee was very little for that one. And then for Alexa's wedding, my cousin was like, they were like within a month of each other. They got married. So, and I was a bridesmaid for both of those.
You know what? Even after a minute of thinking, I can remember a lot more of Anita and Tyler's wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially beforehand, a lot of like the photo shoot with the groomsmen and anyway.
I feel like my speech with that one was like, okay. It wasn't amazing. I don't know. It might have been amazing.
What was your favorite speech that you've given? Which wedding was it?
I don't know. I had fun with all of them. I'm a pretty, heartfelt, mushy gushy. I was like just thinking about, maybe because of this episode, like rethinking my speech to Lindsay. Like, did I not talk enough about Lindsay? Did I make it all about like me being her sister? I don't know. I was overthinking it.
One of the worst. There have been a number of bad Maid of Honor speeches.
Oh, are you going to talk about at my cousin Cole's wedding recently?
You don't have to say his name.
Sorry.
There was, I don't know.
The wedding was amazing.
Oh, the wedding was phenomenal.
No, yeah. It was just those speeches were like so, they were long and uncomfortable.
The guys did so well.
Oh, they did amazing.
So
yeah.
it was like his best friend and his little brother. And both of them, like,
they were
completely
fantastic.
different, but completely amazing. And the girls just went way too long.
I was cracking up at Brad's impression because I was like, oh my gosh, it's so real. So true. And it's just like we used to, when we were living together, I would talk because I always am like, you know how I always, and it's like, stop talking about yourself. This is awkward. It was just so uncomfortable. It's so long. It just went on and on and on. It is like, I have to tell my entire story of our entire relationship together from beginning to end. It's like, you're not getting married. All right.
We've talked about this for like high schoolers, like high school graduation speeches and stuff, where it's like there should be, just have like a half an hour or like a 1 period class, like one singular class one time where you just prep them for it.
Not everybody does graduation like we did though.
I know,
and they don't do it anymore.
Just in general, whenever a younger person, like,
they should be prepared.
Yes.
Cece really focuses on presentation, which I really love, like on how you present.
I appreciate that too.
Yeah. But I was going to say, I was also remembering just from all of these things in the episode, at our wedding, because we were pretty young and everybody in our wedding party was younger than us for the most part, I think. And our siblings all gave speeches, but I was thinking about it, like they all did amazing. Do you remember what Lindsay's was, what she did?
She found your old like paper, like a journal entry of like things you wanted in a husband.
No, it was Mrs. Macario, our guidance counselor from school, had given Lindsay in school, like when your sister was in this class, because we had to fill out in our life, what was it called? Life management class?
Life application. Yeah, something like that.
Like what we wanted in a spouse. And she had given it to Lindsay
Wow.
Like, oh, I still have this paper that your sister filled out. And Lindsay shared that. And it was so
That's
funny
really
and
cool.
cute. And it ended with, by the way, Caleb Sullivan matches all of these qualities or something like that. So it was like a big laughing moment. But it was just like a cute, it was like short, sweet, made you laugh.
Oh.
You know, it's kind of a great thing.
Yeah,
Remember, I cried at
fantastic.
Josiah's little
I
message.
know, it
because
was so
like,
sweet.
He
sincere.
said something serious.
It's like Jake.
They're so mean to me all the time. And then he's like,
that's exactly how it was at Golf Shores the whole week. Jake was just like making fun of me. And then the last moment, like we're about to leave, and he gives me like the most sincere, heartfelt goodbye. And he just like,
Caleb had to looked right in my eyes.
He just like says all these wonderful things. It's just like, oh, wow, I really feel seen. What's great about being roasted by all your friends is like, you really feel seen when people are roasting you.
Yeah.
Because they're noticing things that are like funny or some insecurities or whatever, but it's just like, wow, I'm not invisible. Like they're taking time, they're noticing things. Now they're taking time to like call it out and like have fun with everybody. Yeah, it's always fun.
Aww.
Okay, so now episode 477, Rosie the Barista. Let's immediately talk about Rosie the Barista because we have some friends who a couple years ago, just we've talked about it on the pod before, being inspired by their daughter who was like 9 at the time or something, 10 maybe, who she was like making them coffee every morning and like doing like really like barista type coffee like level things. And now our kids are like really, they're good in the kitchen. They do little things. They like froth your cream for you and stuff. But
She really does mini baking.
it was just hilarious that Rosie filled the cup up with syrup. Like,
Yeah.
Also, do you pronounce it syrup or syrup?
Do you say syrup?
Syrup. Syrup?
I think I've never noticed that before.
Say it.
Syrup.
Syrup. Syrup.
I don't even say syrup.
Ah, man.
I say syrup.
You know what? This might be one of those words that I use differently at different times. I don't know why. Syrup. It's kind of like pecans and pecans.
Justice was making fun of me today. Speaking of being roasted, I am endlessly roasted by my son. He was making fun of me today for saying length. He's like, it's length.
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 Hey, speaking of Rose.
Length.
Somehow today in the Golf Shores session 1 chat, it came up with like Maddie and Corey and Emily, or I forget who, like they were like kind of all roasting each other like lightly about this one thing. And then I said something. Oh, I had offered somebody, I was like, hey, I have these Ben Rector tickets for Nashville. I can't make it, whatever. And then Maddie was like, oh my gosh, Caleb, you always have the cool hookups. Like, do you just happen to have like some plane tickets to Hawaii that you're not going to use or something like that? And I laughed at it. And then Corey was like, yeah, Caleb will definitely, because somebody was talking about taking a trip to Nashville with their family. And like, Caleb's a big advocate of leaving your family behind to like go have fun at a concert or something like that. And it was like, boom, roasted. And then Maddie was like, but no roast will compare to Losers on Second.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, that is when Isley, our 4-year-old, at some point, she wanted like a sugary beverage or something before dinner or before bedtime. And I was like, no. And she looked over at us and was like, okay, Losers on Second.
Okay, Losers on Second. The funniest thing with Isley is that she
best.
actually gets like this little attitude look in her face. It's so funny.
Yeah. And it's like, it's the purity of she's 4 years old. She's using comedy. Like she's being funny. It's all a joke. It's not like she's trying to be mean-spirited. Just the fact that she came up with that. Oh my gosh, it's my favorite thing.
No, she shocked me. Sorry, is it okay if I tell the quick story?
Go ahead.
Today, I felt like I was being climbed on and I was getting a little stressed and agitated. And I was like, Sunny was trying to climb on me. And I was like, everybody wants to be on top of me. I cannot have anybody else on top of me. And Isley goes, I'm literally sitting next to you. And I was like, did you just say literally? Like, I was like, it broke my stress though. And I was like, I just had to hug and kiss her. And I was like, I'm so sorry for acting stressed out.
Wonderful.
Like, thank you for that moment. And she just like got cute all of a sudden, but she was like literally sitting next to
Well, okay, so Jake tells the story of the pickleball court filming.
Oh.
And the
awkward.
I want to say like the rude hillbilly bullies. Missing some teeth, not taking the hint, like not really making much sense. Like it was so refreshing though to hear him tell the story that he stood up, he didn't back down, he was very polite and kind, but was just like, this is how it is.
I like he's like, what was that? When the guy's muttering under his breath.
Yeah, which I feel like I've been in that exact scenario before.
Oh, I am sure that that's exactly what you would do. What are you saying over there?
Yeah, like especially at the hotel. If like, you know, some punk kids from like some sports team are in town and I'm having to take care of something. Oh, hey, I didn't hear that. What was that? Your parents are Mr. and Mrs. Blank from room blank, right? Okay. You know, just like reminding them like, I know where to go if I need to tell, you know, make some changes here. Anyway, I'm just proud of Jake. Awesome job. Such a bad to the bone move for a people pleaser. They talk about light bulbs. Dude, light bulbs are expensive. It's ridiculous. And I'm very much a light bulb guy. Shelby knows this. Hooey. They should have a code GRKC for some light bulb company because I'm very specific. I'm very particular about my light bulbs. They have to be very specific. And it's not like they're all the same. It's not like, oh, I want an 800 watt or like, yeah, 800 whatever or 1200. It's not like that. It's like depending on the room, depending on the spot in the room, depending on the moment. So yeah, I have to like, I'll go to the store and I'll buy like this one, and this one. And I'll take them home and I'm like trying them out, finding the perfect one, pack them up nicely, return them back to Lowe's.
And they all have to be the same.
Oh yeah. Then once I find the right one, then I have to match them all up because it's like, you can't have like 3 that are 1200 and then one that is 800 over here. And it's not usually, that's more of a subtle, but like sometimes it's like 800 and 1600 and it's like, whoa. Or sometimes, so that's the brightness level.
See,
you're talking about the cool.
He'll ask my opinion and I'm like, you have more of an opinion than me. I don't know. I wouldn't have noticed.
I just hate when they mix cool.
I can appreciate it
warm.
once he sets the mood to be like, he'll be like, oh, doesn't this feel nicer in here? And I can pretend for 5 seconds that I notice the difference. And then I'm sure it does affect me.
There's no way that you don't notice.
I'm sure that like somewhere in my brain, like I'll be more at peace, you know, but I'm not actually taking notice and observing. I'm sorry. I'm just not. I appreciate that you are. And I get it because I have my things that stress me out too, that it's like, I notice, I care, this needs to be this way.
But one is blue and one is yellow.
Oh, it was a mess. Like I'm sure it bothered him so bad. All the lights around my grandma's house were insanely different.
That was one of the first things I had to do when I went in there. And one time,
I feel like it's anywhere that we are. He'll be like, they have this going on, and they need to be doing this.
We were in South Dakota at the hotel there.
Oh,
and in the hotel room, it was a big hotel room. There was like 2 bedrooms and a hallway, and there was 3 different kinds of lighting all over the place, and different kinds of light bulb. Like there in one hallway, there was 2 like bulb, and then one that was like cone. And I'm just like, I almost went to Walmart and like changed it all out, like just matched it all because we were gonna be there for 5 days.
I wouldn't have been shocked for a second if you would have.
The only reason I didn't is because it wasn't close enough.
Oh,
it was like a half an hour drive.
Yeah,
or like 25 minutes. Who cares? I mean, if it would have been like a 10-minute Walmart drive, I would have been there and back on the night number 1. I'm like, because it's just, to me, it just is stressful.
And also helping out the hotel. I feel like you could have been like, I'm going to do this service for these people.
But honestly, it's probably like that in every room. I probably would have gone to every room. And that's one of the, oh man, at our hotel, in the hallways, there's hallway lights.
You're not going to be finding some different light bulbs in this hotel.
That's right. All right, so I'll stop there. We're done with that. I really like that. I liked that Brad talked about Mr. Popper's Penguins because that was a book that my dad read to us when we were younger.
I never knew about it actually.
Until the movie came out?
Until the movie, yeah.
With Jim Carrey?
Mm-hmm. It was a great movie. I remember that's one I wasn't super interested in watching. And then we saw it and I was like, we watched it with the kids. I was like, why have we not watched this movie more? This is an amazing movie.
Yeah, it's fun.
And I love Jim Carrey anyway. Jim Carrey's one of our favorites.
Oh, Jim Carrey in the Sonic movies is fantastic.
Oh.
If you haven't watched, I
feel like
the
he's
new
fantastic
Sonic,
in everything.
Oh, of course, but he was just gone for a while.
Yeah,
and then he came back. I like that he's doing these kids movies, and it's like
Yes, because I watched movies with him when I was a kid, but like I can't share them with my kids because I would never let our kids watch them.
Liar.
My favorite movie when I was maybe 6 years old was The Mask.
That's crazy.
We tried to watch that as adults with some of our friends, and it was like, how did I watch this when I was 6 years old? Anyway, still think it's hilarious, but yeah, don't watch that one with your kids.
Have you ever done Pilates before?
I used to do Pilates. No, I've never done a class. I would like to actually join a Pilates class. We've talked about this before. It's really hard for me to get to the gym, but Pilates is like a better kind of working out for like my body type and endurance level and everything else.
What's the difference between like Pilates and yoga?
Well, yoga has a whole spiritual aspect to it.
Yoga's like stretching and stuff, right?
It's more like stretching and relaxing. Pilates is a little bit more like strength building.
Do you use like weights and stuff?
I don't know if weights is part of it or not, or if it has to not be to be considered Pilates. I'm not sure. They use resistance bands and stuff like in some of the things that I've seen, but it's mostly just like using your body for strength building instead of like weight training, you know?
Oh, I'm seeing. They have like this, they have a couple of things they use, like machine-esque things. See this?
But like if you went to a Pilates class, you're mostly using your body, I feel like.
Even this is mainly just resistance band kind of things.
Yeah, it's resistance and you know, cool. Like strength building things you can do with your own body. But I don't know the exact definition. But we used to do videos a lot.
Well, hilarious. Go ahead.
I was going to say, we used to, when I was a kid, my mom had like a couple of exercise videos that my sisters and I would do, like growing up. We would do like, we had like a 90s or like 80s or 90s aerobics video we would do all the time called Cheryl and Friends. Like it was, yeah.
I think everybody's mom had a workout video or 10. Like
we did Cheryl and Friends and Paula Abdul. And like, I bet I could still like do the moves and sing the songs and my sisters would be like, nostalgia.
That must have, I wonder if that was like a Christmas gift type thing that like, I mean, that friends would give each other or something like, oh, I got you the new Paula Abdul workout video or something. I don't know.
Wouldn't be insulting. I don't know.
I know friends who have a common goal. Did you ever do
Darren's Dance Grooves?
I never did it, but of course I knew.
Do you remember like the ad? Yeah, my Aunt Cindy bought that because we used to make up dances all the time. Right. So she got that for us. So we had
They did like Britney Spears and Backstreet Boys.
Justin Timberlake and
Darren's Dance.
We learned all those dances. It was so fun.
For only 5 easy payments of $9.99 or something crazy like that.
Yeah, there was actually one artist on there. I don't even remember who it was. It was one of those 90s, whatever, that we learned this dance. And I used it like in a cheerleading dance at school.
Nice. You used it. Sorry. You used it. So it wasn't, you know?
It wasn't all for naught. It wouldn't have been anyway. It was so much fun. We had so much fun learning it all together.
So this Chad Powers. No, sorry. I'm jumping. Okay. Yeah. So Pilates, Jake gets ghosted by Pilates. And that was hilarious.
That would be frustrating.
Another thing though, where he stood up and like he wasn't just people pleasing. Like he actually said, he's like, oh, I didn't see that.
Well, I was thinking about it because when we signed up at the YMCA for the swim class, the night before, they let us be in the class, but we had done it like late that night and we weren't on the roster.
Right.
And so the teacher was like, oh, what's your name? Are you sure? And I was like, I have a receipt. We paid for the class. And he's like, okay, I'll just write your name here. And he let us like be in the class. But
the fact that she claimed to have sent an email at 5 a.m. and there was no email, and then he calls her out on it, or he politely is like, oh, I didn't see that. Which email do you send it to? And she doesn't respond at all. She just ignores it and pushes past.
It's like a dumb move on her part. Like just be like, I'm so sorry. I didn't see it because it was late. I assumed there wasn't anybody. Like
when I was younger, like at work things, and this is her job, so this is a work thing. At work things, if you're late to work or if you forget to do something, like I used to always want to have a good excuse, and now I just know just to own it. And it's like if something happens, don't be like, oh yeah, I did it, and try to like, because nobody wants that. I mean. Yeah. At a certain point, people also don't be like, oh, yeah, I just didn't care. Or like, yeah, it wasn't a priority, so I didn't remember. Also, that can be a problem too. But it's just, you don't have to have a good reason why you're 5 minutes late or 3 minutes late or something. Mm-hmm. You don't have to have a good reason. Like, you don't have to try to make, you don't have to, what's it called? Not adjust. Justify. Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to always want to justify every single.
Right.
And it's just don't.
Yeah, no, take responsibility. And people will feel the remorse and appreciate that, I think, because the excuses make it feel like I've realized and noticing this about like within my family, that's a big thing. It's like all the excuses. If I appear very, very stressed, then it's okay that I have not met every expectation.
Right.
And it's like, relax, take responsibility, and don't, because your stress like that makes it feel like you're trying to put it on the other person. Like it's your fault that I couldn't meet these expectations. And it's like, rather than that, like own, or, maybe I bit off more than I could chew. It's still my responsibility. Even if you asked me to do these things, I could have said no or whatever. It's just, ultimately we're in control of ourselves and we got to take responsibility for our actions. So
true that.
That's cool that you finally learned that, to take responsibility. Just kidding.
I know. It's a few years ago, but still.
I know, I'm joking.
I know. Chad Powers, the merch, that was really funny. Like the random merch that the TV show sent them. The little cutting board.
Why do I feel like I missed this part of the pod?
They open up like a cooler. It's like a blue cooler.
Uh-huh.
Sorry. They're going through it, and it's like they pull like a big yellow blanket. Some like beer koozies. A little chopping board, like an apple chopping board. You don't remember this at all?
No.
That's hilarious. No.
Oh my God.
But did you hear any of it, them talking about the show? Like how this Hulu paid jean shorts? We've talked about that before.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Like Disney, essentially, because Disney owns Hulu. Like Disney paid Jake and Brad to have jean shorts do a jean short about it. And did you see it?
No.
Oh, I gotta send it to you.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
I sent it to the fellowship chat.
Maybe somehow this whole thing has been misplaced.
She missed it, baby.
No, it's like a yesterday moment.
Yeah, you're
it's
right.
Like the Beatles. The Beatles. This is a weird joke. Like I have no idea what you're talking about.
If you haven't seen the movie yesterday,
I know everything else.
Check it out.
Oh yeah, that's a good one too.
You should letterbox that. So good. So good, my man. So good. There was a season. There was a time in my life where I was a huge Jimmy Fallon fan.
Yeah,
like,
he was very into the whole Justin Timberlake, Jimmy Fallon collab.
So Jimmy Fallon, when he was on the Late Show, like Late Night with Jimmy Fallon, before it was when he became the Tonight Show host, not as fun. I don't know what happened, but like literally that simple change from Late Night with Jimmy Fallon to the Tonight Show, something happened. I don't know what happened.
I feel like you and Jimmy Fallon like share similarities, and you probably have like similar strengths or something. Like if he did Strength Finders, I bet.
Maybe, except for he's super successful comedian.
I'm not talking about like skills. I'm talking about like personality strengths of like the way that he is with people and stuff.
For some reason, it reminded me of somebody when I did that frickin' A thing in the jellyfish, and somebody took like a screenshot of that video and had AI like generate like a cartoon looking thing, and it's like just like me in the water, and I'm like crying, and I'm saying frickin' A, and I'm like, and it just looked like
I never saw that.
Really?
Yeah.
It just looked like Brad, and I was like, why do I look like Brad in that picture? And Brad was like so quick to be like, probably because we kind of look alike, dude. And I was like, oh yeah. I mean, I guess. Yeah, there's just like kind of like, I mean, I know my hair is like bigger or something, but like we just have, similar builds. We both have like that hairstyle that kind of like flips up in the front, and just like, always smiling, and I don't know.
So again, I feel like you and Brad share similar personality traits.
Yeah.
In some ways, more than look alike. I wouldn't have thought.
Yeah, I don't think that we look like twins or something, but I feel like we could look like brothers.
Yeah.
Was
it in this week's episode, or was it last week when Jake was talking about one of his things that he's bad at?
By the way, I'm not like trying to be
looking like each other.
Like his brother. I was like, everyone, we're all bros.
It could be twins. When Jake was talking about how he's bad at saying who people look like.
Yeah, it's look-alike things are just so crazy. Like Kadra. I feel like she looks like Rachel Brosnahan.
And I feel like she looks like Debbie Reynolds.
Debbie Reynolds, famous for those older movies.
Yeah. Singing in the Rain.
Rachel Brosnahan, most recently famous for playing Lois Lane in the new Superman movie, but from what I first saw her in that I thought she looked like Kadra was The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel on Amazon Prime, where she's like a stand-up comedian back in like it's like New York City.
I didn't watch the show.
1940s New York City. I don't know. And you know what? Her dad in that show is the guy who plays Adrian Monk.
Oh.
Yeah. And he's in like every single episode. Yeah. I think you like that show. All right. Anyway,
Maybe.
let's move on. Trey's movie. They talk about Timon and Zach having like tons of different roles and it's like how fun it was to shoot it and like their ideas for, the credits, how it's like just a few names that would be like all the different credits over and over and over again. That'll be fun whenever that comes out. I think it's coming out this year. I think
you can feel like I'm hoping to feel what they were talking about coming through of just like the not being able to contain their laughter. Like,
yeah,
isn't
When
that
Zach
just the
couldn't
most
stop
fun
laughing.
thing? Like when you just can't stop laughing and you're just having fun with,
yes,
I feel like that. He said, what did he say? The slap happy, but like in the middle of the day.
yeah,
Like that just doesn't, I feel like I don't laugh like that often anymore, where I'm just really rolling, and it's like the best feeling.
and that's honestly another ad for Golf Shores, and that's why I hope that like the two of us can go do at least one of the sessions together and like have the kids be watched by my parents or something, because when they were talking about that, it was just reminding me of that's what it felt like. It felt just like almost like sometimes when you're running, you have to like stop and like catch your breath. Well, like to have a few days in a row or like a week where you're just laughing so much every day and you're not responsible for anything. Like every day, you don't have any responsibilities. You're just like laughing and playing games and having fun and socializing and whatever. It was just like, it's like refreshing, like for the soul or something. It's just like all that laughter. I heard a story one time my dad told us about how there was this guy who like found out that he had cancer or something. He immediately went and rented like all of the Three Stooges movies that he could find. And he locked himself in a hotel room for a whole weekend and just watched tons and tons of Three Stooges and just laughed and laughed and laughed. And then like the next week he went in for his biopsy or something and then they couldn't find anything. And it was, I don't know. I don't even know if that's a real story, but like just like the power of laughter and how,
I would like to believe that story.
Even Psalms talks about like laughter is good like medicine, right?
Yeah.
What's that exact phrase? I mean, exact Bible verse.
I think you nailed it.
All right. It is.
Cut that out.
Proverbs 17:22. A cheerful heart is good medicine. Okay, that's different. Cheerful heart, yeah, laughter is connected to that, but like a cheerful heart is deeper than laughter. But yeah, a cheerful heart is good like medicine. That's super true. And stress is like the opposite of stress.
Is a killer.
I was dealing with this thing where like we had a car accident where a guy hit Shelby and everything was fine, but like his insurance was it was so stressful dealing with them. And I remember like literally feeling like sickness coming on. Like because the kids had the sniffles and stuff and like I was fine. But then like even that morning I was fine. I get to work, I'm fine. At my lunch break, I'm having the conversation with the insurance adjuster, all these things. And it's just like, no, we already did this. And after that phone call, I literally like felt like and I was like, dang, isn't that crazy? How it just does something. Like even if it's just subconscious or something, it just lowers you down. It just brings you like, ugh.
And if you're burying things way deep, thinking like, oh, if you just have all these issues and you just push it way down, it's like it ends up manifesting in different ways, sickness in your body somehow.
Oh yeah, we've heard stories like that.
Yeah, it's legit.
And speaking of laughter and stuff, Rachel, when she was saying like, with you guys, it's just joke after joke after joke with you guys. Like,
I think for me, like, yeah, it is different with girls. Like, I think all the ladies will even talk about like, oh, it'd be so good for our husbands to get together and talk. And then whenever Kayla will be like hanging out with a guy, one of our dude friends, like, did you guys talk? And it's like, well, we were doing this, then we were doing that. And, it's like, oh my gosh, it doesn't take long for the girls to be together unless we're with kids. If we're with kids, like, we had like 3 sentences that we were able to put together at a time. And one conversation broken up over the course of the hours. Anyway, but if we're alone, it's like we go deep fast. Girls, it's just like, okay, share everything about your life, and we go like to really weird, deep places, that it's just a difference between guys and girls, I think.
Those moments where you're like going deep so fast, is it more like, is the conversation more
not
like
everyone's
spiritually?
like that,
I know not everyone, but like when you're with your best friends,
yeah.
Is it more like just like spiritual conversation? Like about like the Lord and like how you've been feeling, and or is it like specific, detailed, practical kind of things?
It's everything. I think as girls, we just do a lot more talking in general. It's not just like this is happening and then this is happening, and we have to try to make a conversation happen. So what do you do for work? It's like we talk about all the things, you know, you go to marriage, to kids, to parenting, to this is what I'm doing these days. This is how I feel about these things, to, you know, it's just, it can kind of go all over the map. Yeah. And there's no rules. There's no rhyme or reason. It's just all the things that we have, the feelings and thoughts.
True.
And guys can do that too, but I just feel like it is different. Like I'm always expecting it to be like, you were together for all this time. Like you had to have had a deep conversation. Not really. No.
We also don't really get together that often though. Like that's the other part.
No, I know.
So like moms.
I'm not saying that you're never deep, but it's like it's fewer and farther between.
Yeah.
I am desperate. I will say this. Like if I have not had deep conversation, I feel it. I am desperate for it. Like I need.
Yeah.
I have to have it or I can't function.
The drama of it all.
It's not the drama. It's like it's going on all the time.
I know.
So you need
I don't mean
to
that.
Be able to
but
get
what
it
I mean
out.
is like that. It is the drama of it all, not for the sake of drama, but it's like you're feeling all. You want to feel all the feelings, like
because you have the feelings, and it's like if I'm
you
living
express them
every
to somebody
day,
else. You want to.
Yeah, you need to be able to talk through things with somebody. Get perspective, get just some processing, some release. And also for me, especially, I am an external processor. It is hard for me. Like feeler. I don't know how I feel until I'm talking it out. I'm like, oh, all that was in there. Didn't even know that. If I have to live and function with kids all the time and like just be on.
Yeah.
It's like, sorry.
No,
Back
you're
to
good.
the pod.
Terrible date stories. Those were hilarious. And I'm hoping that we hear more next week. The roar for me guy. What in the world was this guy thinking? Roar for me. Like he pulls over in the car. Like that is crazy. Or the guy who the first date takes her to meet all of his family, his parents, his grandparents, his siblings, like, and then she doesn't back out of the second date. Like that had already been planned to go to that football game. And he's like, trying to put a move on her or something right next to just so cringy. I want to hear more of these stories. So I missed that post in the Facebook group. I didn't see that post, so I didn't. Those were both news to me.
Yeah,
and I'm looking forward to hearing more. Yeah, that's true. We only ever like dated each other,
and we didn't really date because we weren't. We went straight from like. Sorry, this is my anti dating spiel. I won't go on the whole thing, but
pro dating.
We were like in the no dating culture, and it's like, oh, you should, invite people over to be with your family, and what that turns into, ladies and gentlemen, is your parents aren't paying a whole lot of attention, so just get to know each other in the intimacy of your bedroom, like
or an empty living room or a backyard.
It's like we're supposed to have chaperones, but they're not really paying a whole lot of attention here, and we're just cozying up real fast.
We needed a much healthier culture of.
I mean, maybe no dating worked for some people, but I'm just thinking, I think an awkward public date might have been the best thing for us, and
not alone, like even like with. I don't know.
We did group dates, but I think even group dates is worse than I should have just been dropped off at a restaurant with you and picked up by my dad. That probably would have been the healthiest thing.
That's interesting.
But that's the thing that it was like, oh no, going to a restaurant for a
come
date.
over for dinner, and then it's not like open ended. It's like come over. I think that was a big thing. Open ended things were a big problem.
Yeah, we just didn't have the boundaries around it all. It was good intentions.
Yeah,
but
and everyone thought the best. Like oh yeah, they're honoring the Lord. They're trying to.
We were trying so hard to honor the Lord.
Yeah, it doesn't change anything. It doesn't change chemistry. Gosh. I don't know how
we were dumb kids who were madly in love with each other. Couldn't live without you for a second.
For a second. Here we are.
Ghosties on second.
Such a long, winding road later.
Messy road.
Very messy road.
God bless the broken road.
Thank God for mercy. So Roll for me, baby. Last
I do. Not in a good way. Sorry.
The last thing that they talked about, literally in the last minute of the pod, I know we kind of addressed it recently anyway, but I just want to like give the full story. The Corey Asbury story.
Oh yeah.
This is like an iconic story from like our circle of friends, people who, as they said, like as Jake and Brad broke it down, they were like, well, of course he did. Of course Caleb did that, And
I loved to hear that they knew him like that enough. Like when I heard that little reference, it cracked me up. I was like, aw, they know Caleb that well enough to know, like, of course he did. Sorry, continue.
Okay, here's the full Corey Asbury story. So this is back in 2012. He was in Lakeland, just like he and his worship team from the House of Prayer. Which I had been following them from like on Twitter and like on the YouTube live stream. They had a really cool.
Caleb knew Corey Asbury like way before like anybody knew Corey Asbury. I feel like.
No, we did. It wasn't like
but
me.
I knew him because of you.
Oh, okay. Well, it was just like he was one of many people who led worship at this place. And
Caleb should be a talent scout.
It was like
I feel like there are a lot of people like that got big after Caleb was like, this guy's awesome. Sorry, go ahead.
Anyway, so I found out he was going to be in Lakeland, which is like 45 minutes away at this event that he's leading worship for. It was like a conference, and he just happened to be like the guest worship leader or something. So I'm like, okay, who wants to go? Nobody could go. So I ended up going to Lakeland by myself to this worship night. And I had brought a stack of Chick-fil-A sandwich coupons with me. I had some free Chick-fil-A sandwich coupons. And I was just thinking, oh man, I just want to bless Corey Asbury. Like he's like a missionary kind of guy. Like he doesn't make much money. He's just like, that leads worship in this prayer house and all this stuff. And I just thought, man, this would be so cool. I have these Chick-fil-A coupons, like maybe
now
12 or 15.
Money.
Yeah. I gave him like 15 free Chick-fil-A sandwich coupons or something like that. So I had those in like a little plastic baggie in my pocket, and I was at the worship night, and I was like, at some point I'm gonna make sure after the service or something, I'm gonna try to go say hi to him, give him those, and just be like, dude, you're awesome, whatever. And so after worship's over, I go to the bathroom, I'm at the urinal, and all of a sudden, it was kind of a small place. I mean, it was like I was the only one in the bathroom. It was kind of a small conference, I should say. Anyway, all of a sudden, Corey Asbury comes in right next to me, the next urinal over. And I just saw him in the peripheral. And this is a guy who's just been such a part of my life. Like music is such a big part of life. And so I think that's why it's easier to kind of like fanboy or fangirl or whatever about music stuff, because music and movies, those are things that like, man, like they take you on journeys.
And we were really impacted by the House of Prayer as well.
And the worship, like
a lot. The worship, and then like their ministry, Yeah.
So sorry, I'm taking way too long to tell the story, but so he's right next to me, and I just go, Corey Asbury, and he goes, yeah, bro. Like it's just like this, I shouldn't have said it. I shouldn't have said hi. Like I should have respected the fact that like we're peeing. And if I would have thought of, strategic over here, strategic strength, I could have thought like, okay, this is so crazy that like he's right here, but I'm gonna see him after service. Like this is a small little thing that we're at. After the whole service is over that night, I can just wait around, and then like while he's packing his guitar up, I get to go say hi and give him the coupons. Like I could have thought about it that way. Totally didn't. I was just like, here it is. Here's my shot. Like I'm meeting him right now. This is the moment. So I forget what I said. I just said like, maybe I said like, dude, love your music or something simple like that. And like I was finishing up, and like I go to wash my hands, and he was like still at the urinal, and I'm washing my hands, and I'm like, so dude, I actually brought like a stack of like Chick-fil-A sandwich coupons. Is there like a Chick-fil-A near you that like, would you want these? And he was like, dude, yeah, just like, let me finish up here or whatever.
I've heard this story so many times, and I'm still like,
So I finish up, and I didn't want to like sit there and wait for him to finish up at the urinal and go wash his hands. So I just like stepped outside the bathroom, and I'm just kind of waiting outside the bathroom door. And then his worship team. So like my favorite drummer of all time, David Whitworth, he's standing right there. Corey's wife is right there with like their son, who was like, just like toddler at the time. And their pianist, Caleb, I forget his last name. And then his wife. So it's like his worship team is like just about 20 feet over there. And they're kind of like looking like, what's this guy doing? Like, because I was just like waiting outside the bathroom for Corey. Like they didn't know that I had just told him I had something to give him and whatever. So
he autographed my butt.
It was so awkward. And I'm waiting there like 30 seconds, and then Corey comes out. And then I was like, oh, hey, here's those coupons. Thanks so much. And he's like, dude, thank you so much. Wow. So we go back into the service. The guy's preaching. They go back up at the end to do like altar call or worship time at the end, whatever. And then it's over. And it was an amazing night. He's putting his guitar away. And I go up and I'm like, dude. And I go like this. Let me see if we can get it on camera. This is how I shook his hand. I was like, I grab his hand and then I do the double hand. I was like, I go, dude, sorry about the bathroom thing earlier. So I'm like totally cupping his hands. And I'm like, sorry about the bathroom thing earlier. And he was so cool about it. He was like, oh no, dude, don't even worry about it. Like, whatever. And
I feel like there's got to be an episode of Seinfeld about like that.
So that happens, and then we have a conversation for a couple minutes, and I was asking him a couple of questions about, I don't know, leading worship or something. We're just having a conversation. Everything's cool. We're done. And he's like, all right, dude, because he had totally finished packing up by then. I was kind of talking to him as he was getting his cords together and stuff, ready to go. And I'm like, all right, man. And then we said bye, and I walked away, and I take a couple steps, like 3 or 4 steps away, before I realized, oh, I just heard him like on a podcast, and he said something, and I thought it was so great. And I literally, when I heard it on the podcast, I was like, man, if I see Corey Asbury this weekend at this worship night, I'm going to tell him. And so rather than being like, oh, I didn't mention it, I was like, I'm going to mention it. So I turn around and I go back to him. And I'm like, oh, hey, actually, there's one more thing. You said this on this podcast. I thought it was great. And again, this is back in 2012. This is when podcasts were still like pretty rare, I think. Anyway, he was like, oh, cool. I could tell that he didn't really care. Like that whatever I had said that I thought was so great, he probably didn't even remember saying it. And so I was like, okay, well, anyway. He's like, all right, yeah, dude, have a good night, man. And then we turned to leave. Like we're both going to walk away. And rather than walking from the same place where I came from like the side of the stage, I turned to like walk down like the middle aisle, and so did he. But he was like one step ahead of me. So we start walking down the middle aisle, and I'm like 2 feet behind him. And I'm like walking right behind him for like 10 steps or something. And eventually I'm like, nope, abort. I just like literally turned down like one of the random aisles of chairs and just like walked out.
Were the aisles like close, like where you had to like go like this the whole way?
Yes. And the aisle, yeah, I'm just like scooting. I'm like, don't trip over the tithe basket or whatever. Like, oh my gosh.
Oh, that's so funny.
So anyway, it was really the highlights of the story is at the urinal. And he's like, yeah, just let me finish. And then stepping outside and waiting for him outside the bathroom door. And his wife and his team were like looking at side glancing. And then the double cupping of, dude, sorry about the bathroom earlier.
Mentioning the bathroom.
But here's the crazy little redemption moment of the whole story is fast forward a whole year later. We're at this, there was like another kind of worship weekend in a completely different city in Florida that we were going to see Matt Gilman, who, small world, Matt Gilman is a huge worship leader. We really appreciated him. He was also coming out of that same house of prayer at the time as Corey. But he's actually been involved in some stuff with Timon. So like Timon played young Jesus.
I forgot about that.
From Patmos.
Yeah.
So in the thing that everyone knows Timon as young Jesus.
Matty G, he's my favorite.
Yeah, Matt Gilman. So
From
anyway,
back in the day.
that's a cool little connection there. But anyway, we all went to go see with a group of people, Matt Gilman leading worship at this event. And we walk in, and Corey Asbury was leading at that same weekend the next day. Had no idea that he was going to be there that night. So we walk in, and he's like literally at the front door, like walking nearby. And we just kind of like lock eyes. And he was like, bro. And he came up and like we gave like the bro hug. We did like that thing. And
double cupped. No, I'm just kidding.
And I was like, dude, I am so sorry for the bathroom thing last year. And he was,
don't bring it up.
I know, I shouldn't have brought it up. But he was like so gracious and kind. He was like, dude, don't even worry about it. Like, it's so good to see you. He was the kindest. Like, it was such a kind moment. And so just made me love him all the more. That the fact that and I have told this Corey Asbury story. I mean, I told a very long version of it tonight, but I've told that story like so many times to different people that we know, that I'm hoping that like one day, or maybe it's already happened, that like somebody will be like, oh dude, I met this one guy, this funny story. And then he like won't even remember that even happened. Or he'll be like, oh, that was that guy in Tampa, right? Because also fast forward a couple years later, he was with Matt Maher on this worship tour. This is after Reckless Love and all that stuff. And he was in Clearwater. And we went to that thing at Country Day Christian Center.
Oh yeah.
And I saw Matt Maher was leading worship, and I saw Corey up in the like in the rafters, which we were up there. I just kind of walked over and said, hey. And he was like, oh, dude. And so yeah, it's just kind of cool. Like, and we've DM'd a couple times.
Face.
Memorable face. He was putting out one of his albums. I think it was like the first album after Reckless Love. And there was this one song that he had tweeted about, that he had tweeted out like a link to the song, that him leading it live somewhere. But I had noticed that the bridge was different. It had like a couple of different lines than when he had led it this other time. So I messaged him about it, and I was like, hey, I noticed the change in lyrics here. Which one's like the real one, or which one came first? Just like, what's like the behind the scenes story of that? And he was he's like, oh yeah, we're actually recording that really soon, and I can't decide which one I want to go with. And so I gave him like my input on which one that I thought and why I thought, and he ended up using that one. Not because of me, but I thought it was cool. Like,
yeah.
So anyway, like I know connection's like a big thing for me, and so it just felt like cool to have like some connection with Corey. And I know, yeah, now he's like all over the place on social media and stuff. But yeah, it's cool to like have appreciated him before he like went big and stuff. And he's just a dude. I don't really care. I'm not really like a huge fan of his anymore. Not that I'm like not. I don't care as much. I used to like care a lot more. But it's just like we're all dudes. We're all just people. We're all making mistakes. We're all like think things are more important and these things are less important. And other people have different opinions on that stuff. And the whole thing with like him and Forrest Frank was kind of whatever and blah, blah, blah. It's like, we're all human. We're all just like trying to do things how we think that we should do them and hoping to honor each other and like live in harmony and love each other. Anyway, but hey, here we are now. We're at the end of the episode. Season 1 finale, episode 25 of the podcast that nobody asked for. Ghosties on second. Hey, we appreciate you guys riding on this wave with us. But it's been crazy. It's been a huge learning experience. It's been a really great medium for like us to bond with Corey, us to bond with our kids, like having Justice do Dusty's top 5. Like we've learned a lot, and like this is. Who knows what's next? And again, we'll continue to do the hanging with episodes pretty regularly because those are just so much fun. It's just great to get to know people.
Yeah.
But hey, until then, much love.
Ghosties on second.